Alright guys, welcome to the stream. How are we all doing? Hope everybody's doing well. So we are looking at on the gapper side we've got TMC. So we're talking 10s to all the way to 16s and then fading off now. So on this one I am not very biased. Either way I'll take it, but as long as it's staying under 15, I'm marked up here under 15. I will be a bit short biased on it on the pop, and then if it starts to take off after 15s, then we will be extremely careful shorting. So that's kind of like our line there, which lines up with yesterday's highs, I believe. Sorry, might have been the other days. Okay, so yeah, the 15 is a level for me that I'm watching. Now if it does pull up to 14s and barely makes it up there and then starts to show sign of weakness, definitely looking for that as well. So either way, but I'll be extremely careful longing this unless it breaks that 15s. We'll find out. So quite a good gap, but giving most of it. Indp, it was funny yesterday guys, it just kept running, and look at this complete reversal, V reversal, whatever you want to call it, and gave back most of it plus some more. So really, it's still a gap. Just remember, it's still a gap, and this will show huge sort of weakness on it. So definitely short bias. Any pop and rejections, if it confirms, then we can look for shorts on this. So INDP, but the problem with that is INDP is extremely expensive. So if you are going to take it, make sure you understand the overhead costs. I probably wouldn't think any of the any longs on it unless it shows some really good strength coming back in. But even then, I don't think we will have much of an RR on it because of this move. Its complete rejection is not really. A lot of people will have a sort of. They will not sort of start adding or coming back into it for a long side. In fact, they will probably start shorting this mostly. So definitely short biased, but do check your broker for the borrow cost on this. OPAD looks interesting guys. Yesterday I had that on the side. It looked interesting, looks like it wants to run, but for this as well, if it is gonna run, I just want to make sure that it's trading over the VWAP. Ideally break the 18s and start trading over 18s. That's what I would like on this. On all of the gappers, I'm gonna leave some room, guys. At least about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, unless we see something really strong coming in. So yeah, just give it time guys with these ones, because they are not very it's not very clean. Most of the gappers are giving back, but that situation can change before the open, so we'll see. The rest, IRNT, we know the drill guys. Massive strength coming in. Yesterday I was mentioning this thing has quite a bit of strength. I'm looking for the long sides. Somehow I didn't take it. This was my yesterday's lines. It popped up to this 25, washes up to 25s and just carries on. So today might be another continuation day on this, guys. Just be careful if you're gonna short this. Bbig, definitely short biased, but I needed to pop up to what was my level? What level I was watching? In fact, this inside bar, being an inside bar, I'm actually waiting for it to either break the high of that bar or low of 8s, which at the moment it is. So if it starts to trend under this 8, I will consider this short biased. a weak stock, so we'll wait for a nice potential short on this if that's the case. But if it does start to come up and takes 870s out, then that's another story. Live, I didn't like yesterday's move, yesterday's illiquid moves. Look at the volume from 2 days ago and look at the volume yesterday, so it wasn't really something I trade. But what I will do is I'll keep an eye on it on the side. This could provide us with some opportunities potentially for a short setup. Ater, a bounce, it could be, I'm 50-50 on Ater, guys. So if it does provide us with something, a nice bounce, definitely will consider that. But ideally you want to wait for that 12 to break. I personally don't think it's going to break that. But it could. Once it does, then we will sort of start looking for longs if it stays and holds. But if it doesn't, if it starts to pop up to 1180s and starts to hold and reject, then that's our sign that yeah, it wants to have that another move down. We'll see. But could easily break the 12s as well. So keep an eye open on this, especially at around 1180s to 12 zone. AMC just been a little bit choppy when it comes to daily. That daily is just not very easy to read now anymore because it just pops up and then comes back in. Just really difficult to read. It's probably because there's a lot of emotional sort of trading going on, investing going on this. There's a lot of games being played. That's probably why. So unless it gives me a really decent setup, I would not consider AMC, especially in the beginning. APRN strength, you can see clearly very good strength. Finished at 560s, right at the highs almost, and it's kind of almost holding up. So if it does start to come back close to 6s, guys, then you want to be very careful shorting this thing. But I would assume if it does start to wash up and show sign of weakness, and then in the first half an hour if it doesn't recover above a VWAP, then I would think that it's gonna fade off quite a bit. So either way, keeping an eye on that. AEI, I know it looks really bad, but I'm waiting for that 330 to break, guys. I have an alarm set up on it. I can delete it off watch list. If it doesn't hit that, then that's fine. And Isee as well, guys. I feel like a bigger pullback to the downside is due on this, so I will wait for that setup if it does occur. So that's pretty much it. Morning, Jay. How's it going? That's what we're watching, guys. Again, I don't trade the first 5 minutes of the open, so I'm gonna wait for that. And let's wait for the right setups, guys. Don't rush into things, especially these runners. Leave some room, guys, for the chop to finish and the direction to be a little bit more stable, and then we can start to look into trades, right? And also make sure you understand your risk before you enter, and it should be calculated way before you enter. It should be either calculated and written down, or calculated in your head if you're used to it. So definitely that's the first thing you should be thinking about before you enter a trade. Alright, guys, best of luck, and just trying to choose the best setups, guys. I will see you after the open. Alright guys, what's going on? Ater is washing. So let's have a look at that. Yeah, Ater didn't really bounce. Still could be a little choppy at the moment. OPAD. So OPAD is washing off. So that's also a sign for its weakness, especially if it stays under 16. There might be a trade setting up on OPAD for a short. What do we have here? It's quite spready though. Sometimes it's like 10 cents. Just gotta be careful. 1650s. So it's under 16 guys right now. Let's just wait on it because if I if I do get a nice little pullback towards 16s, maybe even to 200s, might be a good opportunity there. And also it might not give us the opportunity. And also keep an eye on APRN guys. APRN just a week of yesterday, really strong finish, strong close. That should not have had this much gap plus this weakness. So I'm thinking that the weakness might continue on this. I am definitely watching APRN and OPAD for a possible short. IRNT. So the thing is, I will trade IRNT on the side, guys, because there's a huge risk there. We're talking stops of like almost $1, maybe less than that. But I will not call out IRNT. If you're gonna trade it, make sure you leave enough room on that because it's a massive mover. As you can see, it's reclaiming its wash now, and looks quite strong. And on the daily as well, as you can see, it looks quite strong. It's above those levels that we were watching. And is it about to halt? Probably not. Yeah, that rejection is not good on IRNT. So still, I think this might be a choppy area we might want to avoid. Yeah, APRN I was looking at, but yeah, under 5. But give it time. I would really like it to bounce. It's not, you see, the wash is only 20 cents or maybe 30 cents. So I'm gonna be patient on it, even if it does wash off here. Just gonna wait for it to pop towards 5. The one that I was looking forward to shorting was OPAD. Um, just didn't get back to that 16 level. Now, if it does get back to 1580s, I will consider that, guys. So that's our next level, between 16 and 1580s. Yeah, it was a very quick reaction off of that. It probably is gonna go. This one looks a bit, kinda a bit illiquid compared to others, and also range could be a little bit of an issue here. But where's our Ater? See nothing. Yeah, Ater tried to bounce and then failed off, and that's just a continuation. Now Ater is going for another round, guys. So we might have missed the opportunity here, 1070s, but it might give us an opportunity later down the line. Wow, OPAD never gave us a chance. Like, on TMC, if it does start to break above 14s and start trading over it, there might be something there for a long side because it's holding up its gap. But if it doesn't break that and starts trading there, then yeah, we're gonna just leave it alone. Maybe even look for shorts, but I prefer longs on this if I can for now. Okay, AEI is hitting that 330. Just need that volume. I will be watching AEI on the side, guys, if it does start to bring in some volume on the break of 330, 335s. Damn it, IRNT didn't really give us a chance on this. Under 42, there was one chance here on that green bar. But apart from that, rejection of 46 is kind of difficult to enter. unless you have a very strong bias towards the shorts. Yeah, pretty much. Strangely, everything is going without us. INDP, INDP. Look at this mess on AMC. What's our Bbig doing? Alright, so it's broken under that low of yesterday, which was gapping down there. Yeah, okay. And then it's coming back in. That 8 is rejecting. Yeah, APRN. AMC is breaking the highs. AMC 47s. This daily looks like it wants to bounce, so this could be a second day continuation to this strong daily. So that's a breakout of 4680s, 4690s, and yeah, it looks interesting. Bloody OPAD. Don't mention it, Jessica. Bloody OPAD never gave us like a little bit of a pullback would have been nicer, you know. Can't trade that. I can't chase it. If I trade anywhere here, under 6, let's say breakdown of 6, I just don't feel comfortable at all. I've got to have my risk. I've got to have my defined risk. This one, I don't have a defined risk. IRNT and INDP, I am trading on the side, guys. Just want to mention it out there. IRNT and INDP, these two, because they are massive with the risk. So I will not call it out. Oh, okay. TMC now looks like it's looks a bit weak. Looks interesting for a short right about now. In fact, TMC. I would like it to get close to 13 if possible, but if not, then okay, that's better. See the direction. Okay, that's rejecting from there. Wow, just quick rejection. Right now is also opportunity, but just don't want to chase it that much. Uh, that rejection from 13s, or not even 13, 12, 90s. Let's see if it wants to pop a little bit and see if it wants to continue. So looking for a short on TMC. Ater, not really. I'm trying to get in here, guys, on TMC. Trying to. I'm just being a bit greedy, to be honest. Just wanted to pop a little bit. That's why I'm taking my time, but it might be something that I miss as well. I'm just waiting on it. The risk is over 13s. If it does break over it, that will be our risk. So 1267, 65s. 76. There's a bit of a spread as well on this 1274s, 70s. Okay, okay, it's popping. Ready to short it once it shows me some weakness. At the moment, it's not. So let's see. Okay, that's good. 1273s, 74s. Okay, I'm good. 73s, guys. It's a quick reclaim as well, so it might be a quick trade, but I will take that. Just a stop is just over 1305s. So we'll see. By the way, Bbig is moving. Bbig is moving. Somewhere there. Okay, there we go. Come on. This one doesn't look that good, guys. 13 over 13s might take us out, but just gonna wait on it to break 13s first. Okay, so it's attacking that 13. OPAD looks interesting. I'm looking at it. Yes, OPAD looks interesting for sure. Right, but there's okay, 17s to 14s. Quite a bit of move though. That's the thing. If you do trade it, the RR might not be as much, but there is a trade there for sure. I've taken OPAD, but just gonna keep it tight over 15s. 14 was my entry. 14, around 1460s OPAD. Where is it? Alright, getting ready to take it out, guys. 13 is broken, so I'm gonna be out. Just waiting on it to, let's see. Yeah, I'm out. 13, 15, guys. I'm out. 13, 15s. Just gave a little bit more than I anticipated. But obviously, as soon as I'm out, it's gonna go, isn't it? So there we go. The thing about OPAD is just a little bit extension to this downside. That's what I'm worried about. But I am a short on it around 1460s with the 15 over 15 risk. Right about there. Yeah, over 15. Et voila. Okay, life is bouncing up, guys, breaking up. Life breaking up. Yes, so it's decided that it wants to continue. So now this could run, guys. Now this is broken up and bringing some volume, so this is quite interesting, guys. Life for a long on this breakout. Your stop 940s, even now, right about now. This is a preemptive move towards the 10s, but I think with this much volume, it should have force to break that 10, and if it does, then it could run. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. So that was a nice long 980s, 85s, and this one you could still wait for it to probably come back to 10s for that pullback. Just be careful with TMC, guys. This is still a gapper, and it's I did mention that if it starts to hold, then there's a possibility that it could run. So now if it does start to break above the VWAP and especially 14s, I'll be considering this strong, and probably look for longs actually. So if it does bring in volume and starts to take that out, then there might be some long opportunities. The OPAD has this is what I'm expecting anyways from OPAD because of the extension to the downside, a little bit overextended, I believe. So a bigger bounce was due. So hopefully this bounce is not big enough to take 15s out. But if it does, then don't stick to your stop. Stick to your stop, and don't just think that it's just gonna come back in. If it does break that 15s, it could also be a possible reversal towards the VWAP. So 15 is an area you want to watch. If it does break it, for sure we want to get out. That's my plan anyways on it. Life could be an opportunity, but you probably might have missed it on this pullback here. I mentioned pullback to the 10s. That's a very tight risk under 10s, and now expect this to take out the highs. If it doesn't, then I'll be a bit careful. There it goes. I don't like what OPAD is doing at the moment. Just don't like it. I might come out of it anytime soon now. There it goes. Okay. Yeah, 10 of 5. I'll be careful if it starts rejecting on the life. If it starts, that 1040 is not breaking clearly. But since it's rejecting small, um, I think if you had entered 1005s, you would be safer putting your 990 stop. Looks good though, live. Definitely looks good. Whoever's taken tens, it looks good. Yeah, there it goes. There goes the break of the highs. This got some momentum behind it, for sure. Just choppy. Too choppy in here. By the way, guys, I am out, just to remind you, on the, what's the name? OPAD. I'm out 15 right here somewhere. 1508. But I might be, um, this might have been a better entry of on OPAD because I was expecting a bigger pullback. So that actually might have been a better entry here. This was a bit early because of this overextension. So this is what I mean, you see. But I think that might be a follow through now towards at least the lows. Wow, Bbig. Bbig is doing well. So this is strong. SPY, yeah, it's kind of like laddering down as you mentioned. So SPY could be, it could bounce very quickly. And if I'm gonna take a short on SPY, it has to be bouncing a little bit higher than these kind of bounces, especially with these moves. It's not really too fast for me. There goes AMC. Boom. So who is watching what? I've got uh, two losers. Where I think TMC, yep, chopped us out. I'm okay with that trade. I'm happy with that trade, with that loss. Doesn't matter what it does. That's to the tick to the when it comes to setup. But OPAD could have waited a little bit longer, but that's fine. Good risk to reward, possible reward. So yeah, now it's just not too sure because as long as it's staying over that 15, then I wouldn't consider this. But it might take a while before it actually goes for another round. IR. my goodness, I don't see. Do you guys see anything? Anything interesting? I don't see anything. LPTX. LPTX, interesting. LPTX. Yes, there is opportunity there, but I am just, I don't like to trade anything under 3. But yeah, I see what you mean. So TMC basically got us here and then rejects here. Now if TMC breaks the lows here, I think chances of gap fill might be there, but we'll find out. Yeah, if you're long, just uh, be mindful of that 870 area. And I know what probably this is why. Was there trade on IC? Let me have a look at C. kind of difficult. I don't like the intraday price action on that. I probably wouldn't have taken that. Although daily looks interesting, but I really was looking for the volume to pick up on this. Otherwise, I wasn't gonna try. You see this? Just you see the gaps in between? It's a sign of very low liquidity. I mean, daily looks nice, but wow, quite slow today, guys. Very slow. Well, we're just gonna sit on our hands. Something will pop up. Until then, relax. Maybe listen to music or something. I don't know. I'm just gonna put my feet up. Just lean back a little bit. Bbig is looking kind of good for long. Yeah, right here. If it does break that A60, especially. Also, you want to be mindful. Like if this creates this little lower high, and if that stays, then that long is it's just gonna. It might just be the beginning of a reversal move. So that trend line, you want it to get broken and stay broken. Cisco. There would, I bet there would have been a lot of opportunity on the bigger caps, larger caps. Let's have a look. Yep, there was definitely because of the SPY. Look at that. Uh, very clear. Yeah. Yep. Cisco. I'll be slightly worried about the still on Bbig. This could be a chop or a nice little consolidation under. So anything over, especially, I mean, I think anything over 8 or 830 is still a strength in there, but just don't like that little price action here. This is kind of like a reversal sign, the beginning of a reversal sign. It's not confirmed yet. If this holds, so that could be a chop. If that doesn't hold, that could be a reversal then. And also life is similarly showing the same thing, but Bbig's one is much clearer. This one is basically a little bit of a pullback. Yeah. So far on Bbig, it looks like that is a consolidation area. That 830s held, this zone held, but let's see if that trend line holds. If that doesn't hold, then you know. So, bu- 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 yeah, Jessica, I feel that way as well. I think volatility has died down. The stocks that we trade, and it's picking up on the bigger caps, larger caps. It's fine. You have to go through these periods where you're gonna encounter these low volatilities, chop areas. But as long as you're basically surviving these, then it gets a little bit easier. Mhm. Okay, Bbig is probably deciding now. It wants to go up. There it goes. So War, you got whipped out of this thing. That area is not even being a problem for Bbig now. Yep. Personally, I would have been a bit tight on this as well. The way it was, especially on this rejection, the third rejection. I thought this was gonna continue down, but it reclaimed very quickly. That's why I figured, wow, okay, that just could be just a little wick and then carries on. So that's what. So yeah, the volume came into when it break. The volume came in, and this is what I mean by consistent volume. Once you have a raise of that volume, you will see a lot of times it will rise up and then drop down straight away. But this one staying consistent is a bit. I don't. I was talking about Bbig earlier, or just a while ago. I don't know which one, which topic or discussion you mean. Oh, we're just talking about Bbig's move, really. Um, the the trend line that I created, the third one that it attacked and reversed, I thought it was going to carry on and break the lows here, probably reversal. But as soon as it actually finished, complete rejection straight away. And as it was forming, I was saying, okay, this is gonna go, because this break was bringing in more volume. Plus, there was a very quick rejection. So the trend line, I thought, is gonna break and stay broken that way, because that looked strong. So now, as you can see, right, breaks above, comes back in, and that area is holding nicely. Can you see this area he's holding? There it goes. Life, yeah. Life is doesn't have any life left in it. It might have a little bit. hmm Life, life, life. No, no, Jessica, I'm sleeping. I'm not saying anything. I'm just, I'm so like, I just relaxed, chilled, I'm just sitting, putting my feet up, just relaxing. There's nothing I see, to be honest. The only thing is maybe under 10 live for a short, but even that is just like, maybe not. OPAD. OPAD. Run is what overextended on what? Sorry. Yeah, Bbig is a bit. I would say so, but if it does break and hold 9, it could go for another run, which is doing at the moment. Be big. Might be big. So this was your typical bounce day after the reds. Go be big. Yeah, OPAD is at the moment is a crucial area. 16s. This area, if it does hold, if it does start to break and hold, then it could be a long. But if it does hold and reject from there, could also be a short. Because this level here, I believe, is strong enough. This zone. I might not take any more trades, guys. I just have those feelings where today, if you take any trade, it's just gonna chop you out. I've had two losers. It's not because of that. It's simply because I just don't. Overall, the feel of the market or the stocks we're watching today doesn't give me that vibe that it's gonna give us any good R's, even if we have a winner. That's what I have a feeling. So I'm just gonna stick to that, and I'll hold off unless a lot of things for me to change my mind. The whole situation has to change big time. By that I mean there has to be something that's really washing off really strongly, or um, the only thing is be big. This is the only thing that's keeping me awake. That's all. So OPAD, it's just, yeah, that area is there. 16 is if it does hold, but there's no. I'm not trading it. If you're gonna trade it, wait for the 16s to break. If you're gonna short it, wait for the VWAP to break properly. Do do do. AMC is looking heavy, but that's a really bad price action. Yeah, BB, BB got you, or BB got you. Your trade was here. If your trade was here somewhere, and if you could afford to keep it under your original stop, could have would have worked out for sure. You can't tell really. It could happen back to back to back. It depends. Um, it's it's kind of hard to tell really. It depends on the environment you're in. These days we don't have that many that runs constantly like this. Like for example today, Life ran, and it looked like one of those. Yeah, just gonna keep on, and also Daily had some sort of move behind it. If anything could run, it would have been Life. But look at that. I mean, it just phased off. So there's no a lot of follow throughs on the runners. No, not on the long side. I didn't trade it on the long side. Today I felt like there was not much of a um, my edge. I seemed It seemed like it was a bit low. I was not really taking trades. My timing was off, or I was getting chopped a bit. That's why I was extremely careful taking another trade. But over here, I was considering long here. I did mention it as well over the break of this and let it pull back to that area, and also on life as well. Same thing. Right over here, I believe. I think I mentioned 10. Yeah, so breaks up, 10 pullback, and then a little bit of a profit there, 60 cents, 70 cents, which would have been enough for the at least first or two partials, and then you would have been stopped out on the break even. Yeah, everybody's like, I think, which day is day today? I mean, what's happening? Exactly, yeah. That's the whole point. You gotta know when not to trade. That's the one of the biggest, um, I would say, biggest or advice I can give you. It's always, I mean, anybody can make money. Like, you just gotta buy or sell. You could get lucky, or you could get lucky 5 to 10 trades in a row. But the what makes you is when you start avoiding these bad trades, because there's a lot of them. You have to remember 33% of the time the market is trending, and the rest is is all is this. You see what I mean? The whole idea is to avoid that the remaining, 67% or whatever it is. Sorry, what is it? 67, right? See, I can't even do the math right now. That's how my mind is half asleep already. Uh, I see, I see. Yeah, it's washing, but I don't like it. I just don't like it. Yeah, it might look good, but I just don't like the liquidity on it. The look of the intraday is just no, not for me. By the way, if you didn't know, agree, this is SPRT, previous SPRT. Since I've been trading since 2010. By the way, AMC is about to break out, guys. The AMC has that look that it wants to break out right about now. Right about now. 47 is your risk. That volume needs to be consistent though. The next volume we want to see it over the first one. So ideally 200,000. Yeah, 2010, but that wasn't really serious. Serious trading, I would say since 2015. 2010, maybe even before that, I started with Forex and dabbled here and there, futures, options, and then ended up with 20, 2015 being the year I decided to go with equities and stick to it properly. That's when I really spent time learning and honing on the skills. And 2017, yeah, full time. Yeah, I know, bruh. Holy cow. Yep. Yeah, that AMC is just chopping around. Even that, it looked like. You see, that's the difference. If the environment was different, you know, I'm kind of able to sort of not really pinpoint all the time, but my accuracy is quite good when the volume, not volume, but the volatility in the market is high. Um, when you see these sort of moves with some volume lifting up, that tends to have a bit of a follow through. In this case, as you can see, the volume just raised only once, raised, and then it just started to reject. But having said that, this might be taking its time before it actually breaks the highs. It has that look, as you can see on the daily. It has that look. Um, so if it does break, AMC could move. But You have to remember the environment we are in as well. Yeah, man. Senpai or whatever you want to call it. That's just as long as I am my own senpai, that's enough for me. Sometimes I can't even be my own senpai, you know. Sometimes I'll be taking trades knowing that it's wrong. How bad is that for a guy who's been trading for like it's horrible, right? All right, Jessica, have a good one. Take it easy. By the way, life is coming back. No, I think Jessica is a girl's name, if I'm not mistaken. She's already gone as well, I think. Don't worry. Life is coming back to life. You see this? The volume. Now we're cooking on life. This is what I was expecting from here. So expect life to continue a little bit. And INDP washing nicely. Okay. Don't worry, don't worry. I think on I'm lying down. Yeah, I do understand. It's kind of hard, but I don't know. I mean, whenever you're here, you're more than welcome. AMC, by the way, guys, that's is trying to do that. Unfortunately, Mehul, today's not very full of action. Usually we have much better action than this. Today's probably the quietest I've seen in a long time when it comes to. I mean, I'm talking about only 2 trades today. Like, that's crazy, right? Go on, James. I'm on the phone. As soon as they, I'm on hold. As soon as they answer, I'm just gonna finish with them quickly and then get back to your question. But do, yeah, go ahead. Okay, let's get back to everything. I'm done with the phone call. So, Bbig looks interesting for a reversal. Bbig, by the way. Under 9 right about now. In fact, right about now, 890s with a stop over 9. So, your target could be 866. That's partial VWAP, but wouldn't expect too much from it, to be honest. I'm not trading it, but looks good. Anyways, James, yes, my profitable day and worst days. So when it comes to right, no worries, Mel. Have a good one, mate. I don't know. Are you dude? I don't want to get make that mistake as well, right? Guy or a girl? Confirm before you go. Yeah. So when I started out, it looked quite opposite of what it is these days. Uh, it was obviously my days, dude. Okay, I'll see you, dude. My days were bigger. Losing days were much bigger when I lost, and winning days would be very small compared to the losing ones. So right now, it you know my one of my best days. I consider them as probably lucky days. I've got like on one single trade like 20 R, and that's pretty much it. 20 R is like if you're risking 100, you're getting like 2,000, something like that. So that's one of my better days, and my these days I would say for the last 2 3 years I would say 3 years um, I didn't have really one of those scary big losing days. Probably worst one I would say is about 7 to 8 hour in one day. 7 to 8 hour. So if you're talking about 100 per hour, that's 7 800. But before that, Don't even ask. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yeah, even these days, I had one quite a few days that gave me, I think, more than 10 hour. And actually, one of the trades, we took quite a few trades that gave us like I don't know, like 7 8 hours. So it's not that far off to hit those days. It's as long as you. The thing is to understand the environment is very important. Today I'm not trading because everything is open. My platform is not shut down. It's on the side. I'm just not trading because I see that I don't have an edge in this kind of environment. I mean, if I show you every single, apart from Bbig, even Bbig doesn't look that. Look at this. We're talking. Look at this. Between high and low, it hasn't trended at all. Right? That's the first one. Life is the only one that had a little bit of life in it. No pun intended. Look at this. How are you gonna trade that? You know what I mean? Like once you start to see that, what what makes sure what if you start trading is going to change just because you traded? No, it might not change. That's why I mentioned earlier you got to have for me to be interested in trading again today, I have to have a dramatic change, huge change um, to the way stocks are looking, especially my watch list. That's usually the clue. If my watch list is not doing anything, that's usually the clue. Look at this. These kind of moves will have a much better follow through than this. Right? Every single one I can show you. Every single. Look at this. Look at that. Look. How many do you want? How many? Look. So the secret of surviving in this game is to know the environment and either not trade it, avoid it, or trade very, very less. That's where the secret lies. Especially if you have been trading for a few years and you are waiting for that little incremental step forward. This could be it. Knowing your environment and dealing and deciding according to the environment. Yeah, James, actually Thursdays are my best days. That's very strange. And actually I'm not talking about just 1 or 2 days. It's a consistent result of Thursdays. I perform well on Thursdays. Don't know why. It's complete opposite of yours. So this goes to show that yeah, everybody trades differently, doesn't it? Yeah. I think maybe your style doesn't suit Thursdays, but um, my style might might suit Thursdays. I don't do that well on Mondays and Fridays. Yeah, hopefully some things will change. Hopefully by sticking around. By the way, INDP looks interesting under 12. INDP right about now, but on this one, as I mentioned, guys, I'm not calling it out because it's got huge stops. We're talking from under 13, so 50 cent stop. But looks interesting, especially if it does break 1260s. This has a potential to run for 12s, things like that. Yeah, for me, it's like I always gauge my daily result according to the setup and followed whether I followed the rules or not. Basically, did I trade well according to my plan? If I did, then that's a successful day for me. P&L is not. It's a byproduct of that. I just keep the P&L out of my papers and also out of my mind completely. I try to. It takes years before you can just really get rid of it. Um, you can never get rid of it for sure, but what I mean is like technically having it removed from your platform, removing it from your results, journaling, and everything. It takes a lot of time, but once you do, and once you accept that fact that PNL is not everything, in fact, trading better and according to your rules is everything, that's when things will start to change. So yeah, that's looking definitely good. Under 13 I mentioned, and there it goes under a 1260s. If now under 1260s holds, this could run 12s easily achievable, maybe even more. So AMC is trying. I If it wasn't choppy like this, the daily looks nice. It could run. This might be the start of a run on AMC. But don't expect too much too fast. It might, even if it does run, it might be one of those Bbig type of run. Yeah, it just runs, pulls back, runs, pulls back. So yeah, might be interesting to watch AMC, by the way. This one might be interesting. Wow, OPAD. Look at that. Right. So OPAD over here we traded short, very small loser there. But the thing is, when it was coming back, I think one of the members, viewers mentioned that OPAD is popping. Over here, I wasn't interested, but then I said to um, myself that if this zone gets broken, and then if it does come back, ideally here, we've got a VWAP as well here, and it held nicely, and then it starts to creep back over a 16s. Now it did bring in some volume. This is what I was looking for earlier here. um, not much in the beginning, but later on volume was there, but it declined very quickly. But over here the volume kept on rising. So on the pullback it was a little volume, but then on that second move started to creep back up. So that was a clue, especially over 16s with a stop just under 16s, maybe 1575s or 50s would have been ideal. So that looks something that could have been traded. And AMC would have been there it goes, AMC. Now finally, see what I mean? Like, this is the move I was expecting, and maybe this will bring in more moves, but I was kind of waiting for this to happen. Where was it? Where was I started calling it? Here. This move here. I really thought this was the one that's going to take out the highs and continue to take out the levels or daily level. It took a while, but nevertheless it came back up. Look at the difference in the volume over here to this one. So that's bringing in more momentum. So expect it to run for a while. But with AMC, remember it can have very quick reactionary reversals as well. I will show you if I can. For example, here AMC carried on until 47.74 and then all of a sudden drops and then keeps dropping. You see that? Something like that. And then maybe if I can show you 5 days. Yeah, AMC tends to do that. Like for example here, not that much. Yeah, so it goes up, drops quickly. So yeah, it's a better example here. Boom, 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 drops. But I was looking at the daily. Looked this bounce off of 44s, 43.75s looked quite strong to me. And I was saying if there is any sign of a potential strength coming into AMC, we'll look to long it. But this one I didn't like at all. This sort of price section, this area here was just nah, not interested. Now, since it's got a bit of momentum, then you can probably wait for these pullback trades for a potential long, but it has to be on a proper daily level. Anyways, guys, I think I am not going to be trading any other trades today. 2 trades, I'll go through them quickly. So AMC, sorry, TMC. TMC was gapping up. A little bit of a gap up. I was expecting this to be bouncing a little bit higher, ideally 15s. And if I saw a little bit of rejection there, then I would have thought of shorting. But it didn't. It really bounced off to a little bit and then started to come down. At this point, when I was entering here, I was looking at this, and there was some momentum to the downside, especially with when it was drifting down. Looked like one of those all-day faders, gap fills. So under 13, risk was just over 13. Took a trade around 1270s and then got stopped out just over 13s. So that was 1R, minus 1R. And then OPAD, having a look at this move down. Obviously it was a gap down at this point. We were not like this. This looked quite weak when it was down like that. Quite a bit of move from 17s to 14s. In fact, under 14s, 1370s. So this is what I mean by, like, sometimes I don't even listen to myself, because there wasn't any more trades happening. This was kind of like a boredom trade, where it pulled up. I was expecting a little bit of a bigger pullback, this pullback here, but since it pulled back a little bit to EMA and starts holding, that's when I put down the risk. 1460s with a stop 15s. Just yeah, around that area, 40 cents maybe. Remember, this one had huge range, so 50 60 cents is nothing for this. That's kind of, I was looking actually 50 60 cents for a 1 hour, so that will definitely consider as maybe less than a 1 hour, but I'll consider that one minus 1 hour. So got stopped out, chopped around and then started to do its thing. Those are the only two trades I took today. So the ones that we've missed, probably the breakout trade over 8 on Bbig. Over 8, I was actually watching 8 on Bbig. Um, breaks it really nice strongly with good volume, comes back down, retest the same breakout area with a lot of other confluences, for example EMA, VWAP and everything. That there was a trade 805s, but I think I was busy with other trades. That's why I didn't take that. That's the only opportunity I see on this, and maybe even break out of that. But I wouldn't have taken that because it was already overextended in my opinion at that time. So Bbig would have been decent. I traded IRNT on the side. I didn't call it. And then that's pretty much it. I don't see anything, to be honest. Right. Yeah, those two trades, both of them were gappers. I just chopped us out. -2R for the day. Let's just write it down. -2R. I am happy with that. Boom. -2R for the day. For the day. Awesome. That's the result, guys. And if you don't have any questions, I'm gonna shut down everything. Gonna relax, get ready for tomorrow. I will see you guys 9:15 EST. Until then, take care and stay safe out there. Cheers, guys.